My name is Maisha Sanders with Plentiful Hair Studio. I started off as a hair extension specialist. I always knew that I wanted to specialize in hair loss solutions and alternative hair and hair replacement, but I really didn't know how to do it in the beginning. I started off as a hair extension specialist. Started off doing closure pieces and with the weave, and I would do for silkier hair textures. I would do the strand by strand, the beaded weft extensions with a wiglet or a topper on the top. And that's how I started off doing hair extensions and alternative hair in the beginning. And eventually I started getting clients who only had hair loss for this. You know, at first it was like a protective style for some people or just enhancement. But eventually I started getting clients who had hair loss and they were using it as a form of hair replacement. And I started doing that. And eventually I started getting more and more clients with hair loss who reached out to me who had advanced hair loss, and I didn't know what to do because with this type of service I'm used to attaching it to something. So because I had nothing to attach it to, I didn't really know what to do. So I did some research and realized that I need to learn more about traditional non-surgical hair replacement. And non-surgical hair replacement is where you wear a prosthetic hair piece that looks like your hair, right? So I went to school for that. I started getting trained for that. And I thought I could take one class and found out that's not true. And I had to, do a lot of training for it. And eventually I implemented this in my studio. And as that's going, getting more. And I've always had a multicultural clientele. So more and more people are coming from all over for that service. But then I started to get clients who would come in and say, I want to grow my hair back. And I used to think like, I don't know if you can. I'm not sure. So again, I did some research and I learned about trichology and hair restoration. And I went to get training for it. I didn't believe it in class because I was like, if it was this easy, which is not easy, but I thought if it was like this, then why are there not more people doing this? So again, when I got the training, I was very hesitant about introducing these services in the studio. So I started to do some research and talk to other trichologists and hair loss practitioners and hair restoration specialists and and they were all giving me like, no, this works for people. And I was still a little nervous about it, and I started to give the service to some clients for free. And in the beginning of my services offering trichology services, I offered natural solutions and I offered pharmaceutical grade treatments. And when I offered the I was always afraid of it because it was so much hesitant. People were so hesitant about trying different things that I was like, So I always opted to just give my clients the natural remedies. So when I had the natural remedies, I started having clients who had good results. But then later on, like if they would get off of whatever, they would stop doing what I told them to do, or I started seeing that some of them would start going back to having hair loss again. So I was like, So I started thinking like, I don't know about this hair restoration jazz. I don't know. So then I went back to school again, and I learned that the reason that my clients were having temporary results is because I was taught and trained at that time to give temporary solutions, right? So I went back to school again. So when I went back to school again, I realized that it's internal factors that has to be addressed in order for the external hair growth to come, right? And if you don't address the internal, the external, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's like putting a nice fresh coat of paint on a house that's rotten with a bad foundation, right? So once I figured that out and I implemented the services again, I tried it again, it's been wonderful. And I've had clients with great results, and I feel 100% positive about offering our hair restoration services because I'm not the kind of person who wants to sell magic beans. I don't want people to be sad and disappointed. But I learned that with me doing both sides of this business, in the hair loss business, in the hair replacement side of the business, it's a level of acceptance and accepting the hair loss, accepting other people with hair loss. And in that acceptance comes empowerment. So they feel empowered. They feel like, yes, I'm taking control of my life and my happiness, and I'm doing something about something that I don't like now. So it's a level of empowerment with that. But with the hair restoration side, it's a level of, you buying magic beans. And as a matter of fact, sometimes my hair replacement clients have tried so many different things. They are so disillusioned with anything that has anything to do with hair restoration that they almost get angry about it. So it's because of all of the predatory practices for hair loss guests, all of the magic beans, all of this magic oil, this stand upside down type of stuff, and it made so many people disillusioned. But at the same time, the clients who have results don't want anybody raining on their parade, telling them it's not going to last, and so it's tricky. But here at Plentiful Hair Studio, what my goal is, no matter what side you're on, I want you to be comfortable with either side. I'm going to present you all with both sides, but whatever side you choose to be on, acceptance and wearing a hairpiece or growing it back, I want this to be a safe space for you to explore whatever it is that you want to do for yourself. I can say that you'll get a certain amount of confidence when you get into hair replacement. You're getting instant results now, you feel good now. But in the long run, with the hair restoration, you know that hair loss that you had originally is going to exacerbate, and now that you've done something to either slow it down or curtail the hair loss, or even try to regain it, that's something that you feel good about too. So either option is good. I'm here to support you with either option that you choose. And that's all it's about. I don't want you to feel, I'm not going to bully you in either way. Whatever way you decide, we're here to support you.